Episode 3 of Winning the War with Ring of Honor and AEW. Today, we have Rampage and Dark. So let's see how we get on. Apologies for the delay in video as I've been moving house. And also, since the last video was in the move, I have lost my notebook, which has my plans for this entire save. So, we're going to be retroactively remaking it. Based on what I've booked in this show, we're going to try and work out where I'm going. So that's going to be fun for all of us. And the show kicks off with new AEW All-Atlantic Champion Kazuchika Okada coming out talking, about to talk to the crowd when he is interrupted by Bryan Danielson, who comes out and welcomes him to AEW. Welcomes him to the best wrestling roster in the world, but warns him, stay out of his way. Because Danielson wants this match. But it's going to be a lot more enjoyable for Okada if they're friendly going into it. Okada sort of smirks at Bryan and just lets him leave the ring, proposing with his title, and he heads off. As well, Regal did good in this segment, which is great news. Gets an 80 rating, which is a great thing. Danielson is a great promo, and having Okada in a segment like this will boost his American pop. We get a 6-man tag team match, almost like a trios championship contenders match. If the firm were to win, they would get through. They would get a title shot. It's Death Triangle versus the firm of Matt Hardy and Private Party. They've been sent in to do this bidding. They don't particularly want to, but they also want a title for them, but they don't want to have to do it as the firm. They don't get a shot though, as Rey Fenix pins Isaiah Cassidy with the Meteora. Good ratings though from all of Death Triangle. Phoenix actually does get the best out of the three, which is very interesting. 63 rating though is great stuff. We then get a hype package, another one of them hyping the Elite being there. This is probably a good time to mention, in this universe, Rampage has gone 2 hours and is live. It's no longer taped on the Wednesday after Dynamite. Rampage is part of the tour now. It goes around every Friday. It's going to be live, and it has Dark taped after it, just like Dynamite has Elevation taped after it. I think it's that way around. I honestly can't remember. But 59 rating to hype up the Elite's return. TNT title squash match as Wardlow basically just buries Ari Daivari. Splash Mountain Powerbomb goes 8 minutes, which is a lot longer than the actual match they had, but we've got more time in this universe. 38 rated though, which is good chemistry. I'd hate to know what happened if they had bad chemistry. TNT title though, defense number 7. We then get Eddie Kingston versus W. Morrissey. And it's Kingston who picks up the victory, pinning Morrison with the blackout lariat. Gets a 63 for Kingston, 36 for Morrissey. Great stuff, 55 rating. And what's next? We've got some women's stuff on this show. As TBS champion, Jade Cargill teams with Kira Hogan to take on fake TBS champion Nyla Rose and Marina Shafir, the Beasts of Burden. And it is Jade who picks up the win, the real champion, pinning Marina Shafir with Jaded after Nyla pretty much leaves Marina. She takes the belt and runs off with it, leaving Marina caught. Marina gets hit with the Jaded. 1, 2, 3. 3 matches in a row there. Don't know if that was intentional or not. As I said, I booked this before the move, I just haven't had a chance to record it yet. And I can't remember what my thinking was. So this is fun for me. You know, I used to do a save which was drunk booking, where I used to book a save when I was drunk and then record it when I was sober. I just try and work out what my thinking was. Honestly, this is similar to that. I don't remember what my thinking was for a lot of this. And as Nyla's running away, Jade warns her she will regret getting involved in the champ's business. Nyla isn't going to last much longer if she keeps taunting the champ. Gets a 54 rating. Nyla struggled off script, which I don't believe for a second. Vicky Guerrero helped Nyla, which I don't believe for a second. This game does throw up some weird things. We then get Ty Mello defeating Willow Nightingale with a Tayagoshi in a mirror of the Dynamite match in episode 1 when Anna Jade defeated Willow. Basically, Willow's being beaten by TJ, but both times it's been interference from the other member, which has kind of sealed the deal. Gets a 38 rating. Not great. Madison Rayne wasn't a great road agent, and Ty Mello was a bit off her game. Eek. I thought there'd be a follow-up. There wasn't. My bad. Dustin Rhodes cuts promo. He's come up from Ring of Honor for the night. He is a Ring of Honor contracted talent at the moment. And he talks about what he still wants to achieve in wrestling. He's done everything, almost. But there's still some things he wants to try and achieve. And he will do whatever it takes to achieve them before the end of his career. Whether that's win a world title, to wrestle again with his brother. There are so many things he's achieved, but there's so much he's still got left to give this industry. 57 rating. It's going to be the start of a long burn story over AEW and Ring of Honor, which will be leading to Dustin's retirement. We get a match here, and it's Darby defeating Dustin with a coffin drop after Dustin sort of gets distracted by Sting. Sting didn't do anything to distract Dustin, but Dustin took his eye off the ball, sort of started focusing on Sting too much, and gets caught up. We'll probably say it was the Last Supper roll-up rather than the coffin drop. Because, I know, that fits more with the whole distraction finish. But a 59 rating is pretty good. 63 for Dustin. For Darby, 49 for Dustin. And our main event sees Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara defeat Jon Moxley and Bryan Danielson when, we're going to change what it says in the finish, when Chris Jericho pins Bryan Danielson with the Judas effect after Kazuchika Okada hits a Rainmaker on Danielson. Okada has taken Danielson's warning and told him to shove it. He's come out here, he is fighting, he hits Danielson with a Rainmaker. Moxley's on the outside dealing with Guevara. The Rainmaker gets hit, he gets up and gets hit straight with the Judas effect. The referee doesn't see it. And we pin Danielson. If we look at the rating, Danielson was the highest rated in the match, with Guevara being the weakest, which is understandable with these four. But 77 is great stuff. So what do we get overall? Ooh, a 67. Increases up in in 30 regions, which is great news, which I think is all of the regions we have broadcasting in. We build and things which I can assume we're building to based on this. I believe we're going to Willow Nightingale and a tag team partner versus TJ. Jade versus Nyla, we know. And Bryan Danielson versus Kazuchika Okada for the All Atlantic Championship. Which, boy, is a mouth-watering match. But, let's pause it here, and let's go and have some Dark. And so Dark kicks off with, well, the Dark Order. Clues in the name. As we get Alex Reynolds, John Silver and Evil Luna, and they're taking on the Firm. It's the three members of the Firm who didn't wrestle earlier. Ethan Page, Austin Gunn, and Colton Gunn, the Ass Boys. And it is the Firm, though, who pick up the victory here. Ethan Page pinning Alex Reynolds with his spinning face buster. Don't know why it's not Ego's Edge. I'll go and look and change that. Where's my... I haven't got a pen. I'll try and remember that. I won't. It'll probably be that next episode, and I'll say the same thing. Probably won't have a pen that time either. This is going to be a while to fix. 45 rating. Good stuff. Next up, we get a bit of a Yoshi showcase match here, as Emi Sakura, Hikaru Shida, and Riho go on a triple threat match. And it is Hikaru Shida who makes Emi Sakura tap out with the Full Metal Muffler. 53 for Shida, 44 for Riho, and 29 for Sakura. It's a 50 overall, which is great stuff. not too shabby. Sakura was the weak link, which is disappointing, but she's also a very good trainer, which is why we keep her around, because she's got a lot of similar to why I keep QT Marshall around, because there's a lot of proteges with her. 50 rating though. Tag team matches. Juice Robinson has found a tag team partner after his singles loss to Angelo Parker on the Elevation. He's teaming with Frankie Kazarian here to take on Parker and Menard. Fortunately, it doesn't really change his outcome, as Menard pins Frankie Kazarian with the sweet taste of professionalism. Gets a 45 rating, and Parker and Menard have excellent chemistry together, despite Parker being off his game and getting a 40, which is the same as Juice, you know. So, Kazarian was actually the highest rated in that match, so I probably should use Kazarian more. But I think there's people I want to push first. It is tough. AEW's roster is so deep where it is tough to know who to push. Like, there's people like Kazarian, like Juice Robinson, who probably deserve a better push than they're getting. But there's so much stuff. That's why I'm hoping Ring of Honor, hey, if we get another company, if we're ever able to buy Impact, we can send people down there. Even easier. 45 rating, though, for this. And the main event of Dark sees Brian Cage defeat Danhausen with Weapon X. Nothing too complicated. It's Danhausen. It's a lot of comedy wrestling. 49 rating, though. 48 for Cage. 39 for Danhausen. You know what? That's a pretty strong show. 3,659 people in the Cavalli Centre. Not too shabby. So what do we get overall for Dark? A 48. So that's two pretty decent shows for today. So, if you did like that, please make sure to leave a thumbs up. It is so helpful in getting the channel noticed. Leave a comment down below. Any interaction is always good interaction. Make sure you go and follow my Twitter at PhantomTEW. And I'll see you guys in next time. Goodbye.